Hey, this is Guy Sebastian, and you're listening to Star FM. It's all for you. Basta Radyo, Bombo.
Hello there, Star Nation. My name is DJ Simon Almond, keeping you company for today's episode of Star FM Exclusive. Today, I'm so excited to introduce to you our guest for the show. He is the man behind the hits Angels Brought Me Here, Who's That Girl, and his 11-time platinum single, Battle Scars. And right now, he has recently released his ninth studio album, Truth, which was inspired by his fans. Let's find out more about this latest release and let's catch up with the Australian singer. Star Nation, joining us on Star FM Exclusive. Please welcome multi-awarded Australian pop sensation, Guy Sebastian. Hi, hello Guy. My name is DJ Simon Almond of Star FM. Welcome to our show. Hello.
Hello, Simon. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Hi, Guy. We're so glad to have you on the show right now. And I'm sure your fans are excited to see you too. And I know that you're in Australia right now. So how are you doing in Australia?
We're doing great, man. Like, it's been a weird year, obviously, and there's been some, some things to try and, cope with. Obviously, the pandemic has thrown us all into a really strange time. But look, we've managed to get the pandemic quite under control here in Australia. We've just actually had about a week full of zero cases.
Oh, wow.
We were going really well right at the start. We went into full lockdown, and then Victoria, one state, Victoria, had a really tough time, and they had a lot of cases, but they've now just come out of lockdown, and they're at zero cases for, I think, the 7th day in a row. So as a country, everyone's open, businesses are open. There's obviously some things we can't do. I haven't really done a gig since I guess March or something, February. So that's been really tough. Like, there's been a lot of things that a lot of people can't do still, but for the most part, I feel like we're really lucky over here in Australia.
That's great to know. 7 days without COVID-19 in Australia, and that's great to hear. And, you visited our country to perform for the past years, and the people love you here so much. So may I just ask, Guy, what do you miss about our country, the Philippines? And can you also share your most unforgettable moments here in the Philippines?
Look, I will say I miss the people the most. I've got some Filipino friends and some Filipino family, actually, but I miss a couple of things. I miss the people, but I miss the music over there. Like, the live music in the Philippines is crazy. You've got such great singers over there and such good musicians. Like, there's just something about the Philippines. It's like, if you travel throughout the whole of Asia, the Philippines is like the best when it comes to just live music. You guys are freaks. Like, the vocalists there are crazy. I think one memory I have is, I remember the last time I was there, I walked into the hotel and they were playing Angels Brought Me Here.
Wow.
And I was going up the escalator, and the hotel band, the singer saw me and then yelled out to me. They were like, "That's Guy Sebastian. He's the singer of Angels Brought Me Here." And so I ended up going back downstairs. I still had my suitcases, and they pulled me on stage, and I sung it with the band in the hotel. So it was weird, like lobbing up at the hotel and having the band sing your song. But you know what? That was like, I think for me, I just really need to get back over to the Philippines and play some new music, because around the world, and especially in Australia, I've released like over 9 albums and an EP. So I've had so much more music that I've released, but I haven't released it all in the Philippines. So it's good that this album's being released there, and it's good that, I've had so much support on this album from fans in the Philippines. But I need to come over there and like really spend some time there. So that is what I'm doing. The minute we can fly again, and the minute COVID is kind of a bit under control, I'll be over there playing some shows.
Yeah, thank you for sharing about that, Guy. And that's great to know. And a lot of your fans here in the Philippines are looking forward to see you here again soon. Now, Guy, before we talk about your latest release and what is coming up from you, let's have a look back on your career. This time, let's talk about your beginnings, especially on Australian Idol. And you know, this was such a life-changing moment for you. And I know that you will always look back with that moment that you won as the first ever Australian Idol winner. So, Guy, if I may ask, what are some of the best lessons that you've learned in the show that took with you up until now?
Look, I think one of the biggest things I learned early on,
Mm-hmm.
especially while I was on the show, was the importance of just being yourself
Mm-hmm.
and not trying to be something that you're not.
Yeah.
I started this at a time when pop music was all about image, and
Mm-hmm.
it was all about how you looked. And when I started this, I was like, I was a little bit chubbier and I had an afro and I looked different. And I was told
Yeah.
constantly,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the look. You don't have the look for a pop star. Most of the pop stars that were around were like blue eyes and perfect looking, like model looking people. But I believe Idol was one of the shows that made music about more than just image. It's
Mm-hmm.
like more than just looks.
Yeah.
But music is so much more powerful than that. And it was around that time when Idol started that people started to value gifts. And because you had to just sing a cappella,
Mm-hmm.
just the voice, no music, no backing, just for the first few auditions
Mm-hmm.
you had to just get on a stage and sing. And it didn't matter if you were good looking or not. The people
Yeah.
who it didn't matter how you looked, you were either a good singer or not a good singer. And I
Yeah.
think it brought the focus back to being about the gift and not
Mm-hmm.
about editing and auto tune and what can be manipulated in a studio. And since then we've seen the non-traditional pop stars emerge as a
Mm-hmm.
result. The Adeles and the Ed Sheerans and even like Susan Boyle and people that you would never have imagined, selling shows.
Yeah.
It gave voice back to people who deserved to be recognized, I think, and made it less about being manufactured. So that's something that I learned early on the show, was just
Mm-hmm.
that, like, just be myself and let my gift speak for me. Don't try and be something that I'm not. And I've always thought it's very important to be honest and to be kind. Um, One day, like when I die, like I want people to know that I treated people well, that I
Yeah.
didn't think I was better than anyone else. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I think that's a really important thing to know. Like
Mm-hmm.
we need to just spread more love and spread more kindness amongst each other, and no one's better than somebody else.
Wow, that's a great lesson that you've learned from Australian Idol, Guy, and there's just so many things that we can learn from this huge experience. And let me just share to you my experience as well, Guy. Well, Star Nation, for those of you who are watching us right now, Angels Brought Me Here was one of my favorites in high school and college, and of course, your hit song, "Who's That Girl," was also one of my favorite upbeat songs when I was young. And Guy, everyone knows how accomplished you are and how you've achieved numerous awards. But can I ask about your ultimate goal when it comes to your music career?
Look, I have never really had an ultimate goal. My
Mhm.
my my ultimate goal is always just to do the best I can
Yeah.
with the opportunities that I've been given.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought it was possible for me to become a singer.
Mm.
I I've been able to do things that I never even dreamt I could do, like having a song go platinum in the US and breaking records here in Australia. And like,
Yeah.
even it's funny, the songs that you mentioned, like Who's That Girl, Angels Brought Me Here, that depending on who I'm speaking to, like I had a big song in the Netherlands,
Mm.
in a song called Before I Go.
Oh yeah.
And then I was selling out shows over there. And so to me, I think I've just realized that it doesn't matter what my goal is.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that speaks for me is always going to be the song, because
Mm.
the song connects in different places. Um, and sometimes it's out of my power. So
Mhm.
look, the ultimate goal for me is just to keep writing songs that connect with people. And my ultimate goal in the Philippines is to introduce my fans to a whole lot of songs that probably they've missed out on. I've released in other places, but I haven't really released them over there. And I definitely haven't like promoted them over there and got them on
Mhm.
radio over there. So there's a whole bunch of songs that people haven't heard that mean a lot to me. And I
Yeah.
can't wait to be there in real life to sing that. You know, of course I'll sing Angels Brought Me Here. It was a very special song for me as well. And, but there's a lot of other things that I would love to sing live. I feel like that's where I am alive, like on a live stage. So I can't wait to come to the Philippines and to travel outside of just Manila and just go, go all over the Philippines and play shows.
Yeah, we're also looking forward to have you here in Baguio City, just in case that you would like to visit Baguio City soon when you're here in the Philippines. Anyway,
Absolutely.
yeah. Anyway, that's incredible, Guy, and many thanks for sharing about that. Anyway, this time let's talk about your latest release and ninth studio album, Truth, which I believe was inspired by your fans. What's the story behind this, and what song is your most favorite from the album?
I think that's a tough question asking me the favorite. I think I've got two favorites.
Yeah.
Um, I looked at it was inspired a lot from I think just life. You know,
Oh yeah.
my fans have inspired a lot throughout my whole life,
Mhm.
and they've given me so much. They've given me fuel to keep going because it is really when I write a song. For example, I wrote a song called Before I Go. And that
Oh,
was the first song that I wrote on this album. And it was the
mhm.
first single.
Yeah.
And it was a song that basically I wrote for myself, to be honest, because
Mhm.
I feel like I had just gone through a really messy management split, which was an awful thing. I
Mhm.
was with the same manager for 12 years and um, he ended up being arrested on like 61 charges of fraud against me. Like it
Mhm.
was the most heartbreaking thing because this is like my dearest and closest friends, and I never thought anybody could do that to
Mhm.
someone. And so it was like I felt really betrayed and I felt really vulnerable. And I wrote that song as a fight song. Like it was like me saying, you know what, no one can tell me when this is over.
Yeah.
Nobody can say you're finished or you can't achieve this. Like
Mhm.
that's for me to decide, and that's for like that's not for this person to decide. And so I wrote that song, and what was a song for me ended up becoming so many other people's fight songs. So my
Mhm.
fans inspire me because they write to me and they're like, this is my fight song as well. I've
Mhm.
gone through this and I've gone through that. And then there's other songs like Choir. I wrote Choir,
Mhm.
um, and that was a like a song about losing my friend who was in my band. My friend lost his battle with mental health, and
Mhm.
um, that was really tough. And it was something that really kind of hit home and really broke my heart, to be
Mhm.
honest. And so I wrote this song to remember him and as a tribute to his life. And
Mhm.
that song ended up winning Song of the Year here in
Mhm.
Australia. And I thought that was impossible. Like it was the same year as like Dance Monkey and everything. So I thought there's no way I'd win that. And I ended up winning it. And that song meant a lot to a lot of people because we've all experienced loss or will experience loss in some way
Mhm.
and grief. So, and yeah, but if I had to pick a favorite, I'm going to say three favorites and they're all ballads.
Yeah.
Before I Go, I
Mhm.
mentioned that I just love singing that song. Like I feel like when I say it's my fight song, when I sing it inside, I'm like doing this, like, and then, Standing With You, I love.
Yeah.
But my ultimate favorite, I think, is a song called Inner World. I actually wrote this for my kid. He's 6 years old. And it's basically a song that just says, like, I hope that he can live in a world where teachers can just teach instead of like training for a tragedy,
Mhm.
or people can love who they want to love and go about it openly
Yeah.
and not feel fear. And like basically it's like a song that's just saying, I hope he can live in a safe world and he'll
Mhm.
be protected. And and that this world will get better, and we won't become more divided, but we'll become more united. And so it's an important song. That message is always going to be important, and so that's probably my favorite. And they sing on it. My two little kids sing on it, so it's really cute.
Yeah, that's great to know, Guy. Well, for me, can I just say that my favorite song from your album is "Love on Display."
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
that was one of my favorites today, and I think I will keep on play that on my playlist.
Oh, you're awesome. That's
Yeah,
definitely one of my favorites as well. It's so like, to me, it just gets in my ear, and
yeah.
I can't get it out of my head. That one, that melody is so like simple,
Mm-mm.
but still so, I don't know. It always gets in my head, that song.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your favorite songs from your album, which is Truth. Well, anyway, finally, what is your message for your fans here in the Philippines? And are you coming back soon? Do you have any promise for them?
I promise I will be there. Absolutely. Like I I've been blown away by the support that I've had
Mhm.
from my fans over there in the Philippines. To be honest, I didn't know there was that much support, and I'm blown away. Like I can't wait to get back over there and play some shows for you guys, and just to be in front of you in person, you know, and to look into your eyes on a
Mhm.
stage. It's something that I've really missed. To eat your food and
Yeah.
to just hang out, you know, like I promise I will be back. Like the minute I can fly over,
Mm-mm.
and the minute I can come and play some shows, I promise I'll be there, and I'll be playing songs off this album and songs that I've released in the past, including, of course, The Angels Brought Me Here. Yeah, I can't wait to share new music with you guys too.
All right. With that, thank you so much, Guy Sebastian, our multi-awarded Australian pop sensation, and we're so happy to have you on the show. And I'm so glad that I've met you. Thank you again for sharing your story and for giving your fans a treat today. Star Nation, that was Star FM exclusive with Guy Sebastian. And of
Thank
course,
you,
this has been your host, DJ Simon Almond, only here on 89.5 Star FM, your host for Star FM exclusive. Have a great day, Star Nation.
You're a legend, bro. Thank you.